All right, Dylan, appreciate that. Well, Lexington Habitat for Humanity, they're excited to announce that this fall they're serving their 500th homebuyer household. And since their founding nearly 40 years ago, Lexington Habitat has worked toward a world where everyone has a decent place to live.
And this month, the organization begins work on a townhome for its 500th homebuyer household. And with us today to share the success story is Daryl Neer, the CEO of Habitat for Humanity, and Laura Daly, Marketing and Communications Manager. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so give us an overview, first of all, of Habitat for Humanity and what it is that you do.
Sure. Our mission is to ensure that everyone has a safe, affordable place to live. And we focus on home ownership here in Lexington and Fayette County. And we are working with families who meet 3 criteria. One, there has to be a need, and that could be they live in substandard housing and need more stability. It can be overcrowding. And more increasingly, we're seeing families who are paying more than 30% and sometimes 50% of their income on housing. Kentucky Housing Corporation just released a housing study that said in Lexington we have 30% of our homeowners, or 30% of renters or homeowners paying over 50% of their income on housing. And so that pressure clearly creates instability.
Yes.
Yeah.
It also creates an environment where we are working with families who are trying to find a pathway to home ownership, but there are no homes to buy. And so that's where we step in and work in partnership with our families to help them find a safe, stable
You
place
all
to
have
live.
done just amazing work through the years. We're blessed to have this organization as part of our community. The 500th home is something to celebrate alone, but I'm curious the story behind the recipient of this home.
Yeah, so Marcia is our 500th homebuyer household. She is a Lexington native. She grew up here. She actually grew up in the East End of Lexington,
Okay.
and so she is excited to return to that community. Her townhome will be in that area, and she's really looking forward to it.
Wonderful.
She said she felt like she was going home. She's a longtime employee of Fayette County Public Schools, and she's just extremely excited to have a place of her own, to host her family, to host her grandkids, her daughters, and we're really looking forward to
This
working
sounds
with her.
this sounds like a win.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Love
So
that.
let's talk about what the benefits are of being a homeowner. What does this mean to those folks?
Certainly, when we talk about home ownership, it opens up so many opportunities, especially if you're coming out of substandard housing. I mean, you think about the health impacts that can come from a safe place to live. You think about the educational impacts for children who may be moving from school district to school district or school system to school system, and their stability and the educational outcomes we see improve. But of course you also have the wealth building. We oftentimes take that for granted.
Right.
But that pathway from being a renter to be a homeowner, to be able to build wealth through that stability of housing is also a powerful impact.
That's awesome. There's also, unfortunately, a misconception out there that Habitat gives away homes, but that couldn't be further from the truth. There is skin in the game and considerable from these folks. So can we talk a little bit to that?
No, absolutely. I mean, we talk about, that's the biggest myth that we confront. And so our partner families, when they enter, one step is they go through educational classes. And so they're talking about learning what does it mean to be a homeowner. They're also committing time and volunteering not only on their home build, but other home builds. Also volunteering in our restore. So they're putting in 250 hours per adult into the support of the Habitat mission.
Yeah.
But also they're paying an affordable mortgage.
Right.
And that affordable mortgage allows them to purchase a home like you and I, and also become taxpayers, paying property tax and the impacts that brings to our community as well.
I love it.
I do too. And where do people need to go to find out more information about Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah, you can go to lexhabitat.org.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in today.
Mention the restore, too. Great way for our viewers
Yes,
to help.
exactly.
Mission
Absolutely.
bottom
Thank
line.
you.
Thank you all, and congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We'll be there for that. All right, stay with us, gang. Back in a minute.
Incoming dishes.